ADO, this is King Black. It finally happened. The president announced he is going to forgive that $10,000 in student loan debt and up to $20,000 for those that get the Pell Grant, which at the time that I went to the university, I also took. So, like I said, I have less than 10,000, so I'm ready for this to go away. The only thing that I'm concerned about is once it's paid off, it's forgiven. These student loans, they show up on the credit report. So my worry is it's going to bring down my average age of accounts down because now my student loans are going to be paid off. I don't know how that's going to affect my score, and I'm a little bit worried about it because the first time I got a credit card was about, I would say, 2017, and I think my first student loan was in 2014, somewhere around there. So it is going to dip a little bit. I'm hoping not massively. I mean, my credit score right now is probably mid 600s, but that's because, no, it's upper 600s now. But I still have about $16,000 to $18,000 worth of credit card debt left, and then hopefully I'll be debt free. Just things in life happen, emergencies happen, mistakes made with 0% intro rates. You know what I mean? Happen, but at the end of the day, at least my Google account is paid off. At least my Citi card is paid off, and at least my Capital One is paid off. And now these student loans are about to be paid off, so I'm about to have this, student loans off my back. Which, at least for me, the monthly payment wasn't that bad. I was on a graduated plan, and I think before everything went into forbearance, I was probably paying about $65 a month, which isn't that bad. I mean, across my student loans, my average interest rate was about 4%. So, it is what it is. Are you guys excited about this? Are you not? I mean, there's, some people finally paid off their student loans last year and stuff like that and are feeling a little bit salty. But at the end of the day, man, tuition fees are going higher every year, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, with this whole pandemic, a lot of people have adjusted their lifestyle to a new budget because even though things are getting more expensive, they haven't had to make student loan payments for almost close to 2 years by now. And at the end of the day, there's been no interest accruing on this stuff. And the timeline was extended down to December, so there's still going to be no interest until December. So even after this forgiveness goes into effect, you still have another few months to make payments on the principal. So, take advantage of that if you can. Put a little, $800, $80, $150 here and there, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you still have a balance when this stuff kicks back off in January, the less amount there is in there for interest to be charged on, the better overall for you. You know what I mean? Now, in the meantime, hopefully during these past 2 years, you've been putting your money towards higher interest debt and or investments. I know the stock market took a dip with the recent Fed meeting over there in Jackson Hole. A lot of people expect more pain when it comes to interest rates, and I get it. I get the economics of it. A lot of companies are laying off, which is why job security is a big thing. I know a lot of people are remote working right now, but a lot of these jobs are uncertain. Versus for those of y'all who can get one, depending on different factors, a lot of times government jobs are safer. They're not the most glamorous, but at the same time, they do provide stability and security for the most part. I mean, for example, if you go work for the DMV, you already know everybody needs to get their license. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that need to get their ID. With the massive amount of immigration we have coming into this country, there's not going to be a danger necessarily of layoffs at the state level for things like that, or local programs designed to help lower income residents and things of that nature. So for those of y'all who can get a government job, that's something to look into. Like I said, it might not be as attractive as working for Amazon for $150K, $120K a year, but at the same time, if we go into this deep recession and there's massive layoffs as we are already starting to see, sometimes having a comfortable job making 40, 50, 60, 70, 80K is better than making 120, but then a month from now you get an email from HR saying that your position is no longer needed at that company. And then now what do you do? Now you're back at starting at zero, competing with all these applicants for these job openings. You know what I mean? So sometimes job security is worth it. I mean, look at the military right now. They're having trouble recruiting for a lot of different reasons, but military is another one of those jobs that ain't never going to go away. So, what's your personal opinion on this student loan issue? Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you ecstatic? Or are you sad? Because for me, I'm happy. I knew this was going to happen. Everybody who's hating to say that, blah, 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 blah. Hey, at least I'm going to have zero, and I was making my payments anyway. It just saves me about another, 4 or 5 more years of paying that stuff off. So, I can't complain about that when I could get done 4 years early. ADR, this is King Black. See y'all on the next one.